A freezing wind swept through the silent pine forest as the gray wolf lifted her head suddenly. Something was wrong. A faint, desperate sound echoed through the snow. Not a howl, not a deer, not prey, a tiny cry. Hidden beneath a fallen branch, barely visible in the white snow, a newborn rabbit trembled helplessly. Its nest had been destroyed, its mother gone. And the predator that discovered it first was a hungry wolf. For a long moment the wolf stood frozen. One bite could end the tiny life instantly, but something strange happened. The wolf didn't attack, she stepped closer. The small rabbit squeaked weakly and tried to crawl away, its tiny legs shaking. The wolf lowered her head slowly, sniffing the fragile creature. The scent told a clear story, newborn, helpless, alone. The gray wolf had been wandering the northern forest for days searching for food. Winter had been harsh, prey was scarce, and hunger burned deep inside her. Yet she did something no hunter should do. She gently picked the rabbit up with her mouth, not to kill it, to carry it. The forest around them stretched wide and cold. Snow-covered pines stood silent like ancient guardians, and distant ravens circled above the valley. Deep inside the forest, beneath a fallen spruce tree, the wolf had her den. And inside that den, 3 tiny wolf pups waited for their mother. When the wolf arrived, the pups rushed forward eagerly, whining for food. They expected meat. Instead, their mother carefully placed the small rabbit beside them. The pups sniffed it curiously. The rabbit froze in terror. It was surrounded by predators, yet none of them attacked. The wolf watched closely, her golden eyes calm but alert. Something about the tiny creature had triggered a powerful instinct deep within her, the instinct to protect. The wolf pups nudged the rabbit gently. The rabbit trembled but did not run. For the first night, the tiny rabbit slept surrounded by wolves. Days passed. The wolf hunted when she could, bringing back small prey for her pups. Each time she returned, the rabbit remained in the den, hiding beside the warm fur of the young wolves. Slowly, something extraordinary happened. The pups began treating the rabbit like one of their own. They played together in the snow outside the den. The rabbit hopped clumsily while the wolf pups tumbled and rolled beside it. Sometimes the pups chased it playfully, but never with hunting intent. The forest watched silently as predator and prey formed a strange family. But the wilderness rarely allows peace to last long. One afternoon, the wolf left the den to hunt. The pups wandered outside to play. And far across the snow, another predator was watching. A red fox. Foxes are clever opportunists, and to a hungry fox, a young rabbit was the perfect meal. The fox crept closer through the brush, silent and patient. The wolf pups didn't notice, the rabbit did, its ears twitched suddenly. The fox lunged from the bushes. The rabbit bolted across the snow in pure panic. The fox chased fast, closing the distance quickly, but the wolf pups heard the commotion. One of the pups barked sharply and charged forward. The other 2 followed. The fox skidded to a halt. 3 young wolves stood between it and the rabbit. They were small, but their message was clear. The fox hesitated. A wolf pack could return at any moment. The risk wasn't worth it. With a final glare, the fox turned and disappeared into the forest. The rabbit slowly crawled out from behind the wolf pups. For the first time, it nudged one of them gently with its nose. The bond between them had grown stronger, but winter was beginning to fade. Spring sunlight started melting the snow, and with spring came a new challenge. The rabbit was growing. Soon it would need to live like a wild rabbit, fast, cautious, and independent. The wolf seemed to understand this. One quiet morning, she led her pups and the rabbit out into a wide green clearing. Birds sang in the trees. Fresh grass covered the ground. The rabbit hopped nervously, exploring the open space. The wolf pups tried to follow, but their mother stopped them with a low growl. This moment was different. The rabbit looked back toward the wolves. For weeks, this den had been its home, but the forest was calling. A sudden rustle came from the bushes. Another wild rabbit appeared cautiously from the tall grass, then another. A small colony of rabbits had returned to the clearing. They watched the strange scene carefully. A wolf standing calmly beside one of their kind. The rescued rabbit hesitated. Then slowly it hopped toward the other rabbits. The wolves stayed still. The rabbit stopped halfway and turned back once more. For a brief moment, predator and prey locked eyes. Then the rabbit disappeared into the tall grass with the others. The wolf pups whimpered softly, confused, but their mother simply watched the forest quietly. Sometimes survival in the wild is about strength. Sometimes it is about instinct, and sometimes it is about mercy. Weeks later, the clearing was full of life. Young rabbits played among the grass. Deer grazed peacefully. And on the hill above the meadow, the wolf and her pups watched the valley below. The strange friendship had ended, but something rare had happened in the wilderness. For a brief moment in the harsh world of survival, a hunter had chosen compassion, and because of that choice, a tiny life had survived. In the wild, every creature follows instinct, but sometimes instinct leads to something unexpected, something powerful.